Hello, foodies, and welcome back to yet another episode of Foot in Review. This is episode 693. My name is John. I'm back. We'll talk about that shortly, but that's not the most important thing or the most amazing thing that happened today. I am joined by the man, the myth, the legend, the king of the South, as some would call him, Mr. Master Trader himself. It's none other than Manchester United fan extraordinaire. It's the return of Shaq. Welcome back, my friend.
Amazing intro as always, John. I think this is the first podcast we've recorded in FC 26, so it's good to be home.
It's so good to see you, talk to you again. How have you been doing?
Good, really good, thank you. Life's been good, everything's been well. Unfortunately, we haven't done any of the Tuesday shows because of Dan's busy commitments and Nathan going away and expanding his family. So
How
those are the
could he?
things that how
How
could
could
he?
he?
How dare he? So yeah, with those kind of things, the Tuesday Club has kind of dropped off. But I'm surprised that we could connect this together, and we thought might as well record something and have a discussion. We haven't really caught up, so it's a really good way to discuss something while we're recording something. So it's perfect.
Yeah, it actually is. It actually is. Well, concerning schedules and stuff, we have changed a little bit. We'll be changing back to our regular schedule next week. So you'll find the show every Sunday morning and every Thursday morning. Starting this week again. Last week, I have to say a special thanks, of course, to James Torland for, not Flando 77, for actually taking over my seat last minute. So I had some health issues which I'm dealing with, which was actually last minute call into the hospital last week, which made sure I couldn't actually host. So thank you, James, for hosting your first actual episode, 692, James's debut episode. So go check that out. We're back. This is the episode that will be released on Sunday. But of course, if you are a Patreon supporter, you get it really early, really early this time. So go check it out. Shaq, FC 26 has started. I wanted to do a little bit of a hot topic, hot discussion. But first, how's it been treating you so far?
It's been rough, man. It's been really rough. I've been struggling. I think this is where the tryhards that pretend to be tryhards that actually are really bad at the game actually come out, and people like me, where I don't think I'm bad enough to be a below average player. Neither am I better than an average player. So I bang smack average usually. I do pretty okay. I get into champs, blah blah blah. But this year it's been a slog. I think defending wise, and I think for the first week of gameplay, I really didn't find anyone that was like way worse than me. So it was almost like I was the punching bag for majority of people. But I mean, I also must admit that I was playing the game like I was playing FC 25. So it's taken me a long time to try and change that mentality, change and develop the game skills, and also trying to play with like average players compared to like really good players and even squads and things like that. But finally, I'm happy to announce I've had 3 wins on the bounce this afternoon. I felt like I had clean sheets. I felt like I could control the gameplay in Div 6. So I think I'm ready for Foot Champs, even though I'm dreading it. I'm ready.
Yeah, because Food Chaps is about to start when we are recording this. You are eager to dive in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly,
but
honestly, I'll be honest with you. Until this afternoon, I was really hoping to play in challenges, and I was really excited to play in challenges. And I just found out yesterday or the day before that you had once you get to Div 6, you can't go back. And I was trying my best not to go to Div 6. And straight after Rivals Rewards, I forgot and just jumped in, and I won the last. I didn't even realize that I was so close because I'm not purposely knocking myself back, but I just faced tough opposition towards the end, and go backwards. And so it's worked out really okay.
why would you want to
But
drop back though?
not drop back. It's more about just getting the confidence. I think once I get the confidence of my own game style within this game, I'll be much better off. Going into champs is not going to help my confidence. So that's my thinking at least. So yeah,
You wanted to join the minor leagues and champs.
and
Is that the
just
plan?
go into the minor leagues and see if I can get smash some people. Hopefully, but if I get smashed there, then there's no returning back. I might as well just hang up my boots. Yeah,
Uh,
but
yeah, but
look,
so far, FC 26, thumbs up or thumbs down? Or like, keep it steady, that in the middle.
let's. I'm not going to give a very strong argument either way right now because it's only been what week 2. two for us. So week two is just finished today. So I'm not going to give a strong argument either way. The only one thing I must say is I don't think it's as fluid passing wise as I expected it to be, or how it was on day one, day two, or maybe it's just the way I was playing. There's certain things that feel slightly different, which are not what I expected. I expected to be ping ping passing like back in the old days where you could have a 1-2 and 2 bang between each other and just go all the way and score a goal. It's not as straightforward as that. It's slightly more nuanced in that, which is not too bad, but it's not panacea, like where it's completely changed. That I don't really think it's fully changed. It's still good. It's definitely good, better than what we had in FC 25, but it's not the next level grade that I thought it was going to be. But I could be. I think it's still early stages, so let's give it some more time and see how it develops and how certain things need a buff, especially in the defending sense. With the jockeying, needs a little bit of a buff to make it more comfortable. Like right now, it just feels like I'm hoping for the best most of the time. If I was able to actually jockey and get the people, get the players the way I wanted, would be better off. But I think we're there, but I don't know. I'm just reserving judgment either way right now. What about you?
Yeah, well, for me, it's a thumbs up. I mean,
Good.
uh, gameplay wise, we'll discuss that in a moment, but I think gameplay wise, actually pretty good. Power curve wise, I quite like it. I don't mind it at all. I'll also tell you why in a moment. Um, the one thing I don't, but what I really, really dislike, Shaq, and this is my one big bugbear, which it's teasing me up, tensing me up in frustrations even. How can't they come get the menus right?
Oh,
Like, I mean, sorry, but if I want to get the premium pass, I have a premium pass. I think everyone does when you pre-order the first one. I can't redeem half of the things that are in there. When you do an objectives, play it with a team. I so like these mini objectives, the idea of them. Like, hey, you play a next rival match, but if you now use the team of the week in your starter squad, you get something extra. Like, yeah, let's go. It never counts. Doesn't matter if you even use 10 or 11 team of the week players. It doesn't. It doesn't work. So, and that I feel should not that's pretty annoying if you get my drift. Like,
100%. I think the rivals, all the extra bounties and things don't work. I don't even look at them anymore. Hear me out on this. Gauntlet came out day one of Gauntlet. I won two and I lost one. I got
and
the
you got
reward.
kudos. Yeah,
I got the reward for win. No, I got the reward for winning two games, but I didn't get the reward for winning one game. It picked up that I won two games, but it didn't give me the award for winning one game. It picked up that I played three games, but said I played two games. Even it's just crazy, and the whole game is the menus are very glitchy. All the and the team of the week pick, that was one of the objective as well. That's been glitched out for many people that we haven't really got the team of the week yet. There's a whole lot of small glitches that are really frustrating because all these additional things that they've added on, if they're not working, it just feels redundant.
yeah, and like getting the FP points 2 weeks earlier suddenly. It felt like Admiral Akbar was yelling, "It's a trap! It's a trap!" Don't like, you know, that those things aren't hard. I don't know. I don't even mind them getting that early, right? That's fine for me. But it's more like it's just annoying. I think that's it. Like they should be fixed. That should be fixed. Like if I look at how many of these objectives they should have completed now already, and give me some extra player picks or something, even if it's 78 plus, I don't care. Uh, I'm probably not getting that back. And a premium pass when the new season starts and you can buy the new premium pack. Why should I buy it if I can't redeem it anyways?
Yeah,
Or am I getting those rewards still at the end of the season? I have no idea, but I've like unlocked 1 to 5, and then 5 to 10. I can't. If I do it, I select it, and then it's just open again. you know? Yeah. So you really have to change that. But anyways, I got some statements from you, or opinions, popular opinions or unpopular opinions, which I want to say. I want to hear you say a yes or no on. If that's okay.
sure, sure.
Yeah. All right. Let's start with the first one. This one. Here we go. This is going to be so much fun. I should have picked a music for it. I might have a music for it, but I'm afraid to press it live. Shall I just press it live? See what music pops
Go
up if I
for it.
press the button?
What's the worst that happened?
Actually, that's pretty cool.
It's pretty good.
Defending is awesome. Yeah.
50-50. It's good, yes, but Jockey needs a buff. Jockey definitely needs a buff. Your thoughts?
That was a fast one, eh? No, I think it's good. Sure, jockey could use a buff, maybe, but I think the most important thing is to notice that we are playing Claudia Pina 99% of the matches these days, which is, of course, small, agile, has a low driven shot, which is amazing. Low driven plus as well, right? Or regular plus, of course. Um, and not many opponents are able, like not many defenders are able to counter that just yet. Because if you look at how many defenders have Jockey Plus, there's three.
Yeah.
One is Pavar, one is one from the
Germa.
MLS. Yeah,
Germa.
perfect player, seriously. But how do you link it? You know.
Correct. She's from
So,
Chelsea, actually. She's from Chelsea.
oh, sorry, Chelsea. Yes, he's from
Yeah.
Chelsea. But then again, there aren't like there's not really an easy way to combine it. So I think that's also maybe let it settle down a bit. Because if I look at my own defending this week, I start to recognize more people are trying to do. They will walk towards you, they step back, they go down, but they will go up again actually because they expect you to walk with them, right? Now they're at my box. I see them walk down. I just already step in instead of just going with them, and they probably just walk up. I get the ball with my Virgil van Dijk, just bring the ball forward, and I score from it. And thank you, thanks for trying that. It's also very very predictable. So I want it not to be changed just yet. Give us some more cards in the coming week that has, for example, Jockey Plus, so we can see the difference. And also, the patterns are really easy to predict currently. So I think it's something we had to get used to. But I'm not noticing much defensive errors, or I'm not conceding half as much as I did last week, for example. So
I'll,
I don't want to
I'll
go into
explain.
changing.
So, the thing is, right now, one of the most effective ways to defend is you try. I'm not saying, look, John, your level is a different level. So, I'm just talking from a pure amateur level, where one of the most effective ways to defend is to try and don't adjust your centre backs unless you have to, unless you're seeing a run that's being made that you can cover it up. Only then you adjust your centre back, because once you move them around, you might be stuck in no man's land very easily, because the jockey speed is it's so unforgiving that you don't get to where you need to be, and you're stuck in a really weird position that you can't recover back, and you're screwed. So most of the advice has always been to try and use your CDMs to try and, or CMs to try and
Yeah,
put the pressure while you look at what's happening with their runs, block the space with their runs with the other, maybe your fullbacks or whatever. I'm saying this is literally, you go to any talking from an average player's point of view. I'm not talking about what the right thing to do is, but that's literally what is being pushed out on every single, which is, and it's kind of effective. It does kind of work. I see what they're trying to do, because if I'm playing, one of the hardest things I'm finding as well is people coming from behind and able to like put that pressure constantly and take the ball off. But I know you're talking about trying to use your centre backs to try and defend. So if you try and do that, if you don't have the capability to jockey well enough, you'll have to completely change the way you defend. So yeah, but look, happy for it
yeah.
to stay this way.
I think that's the thing. People are but this goes here for every year. The most easy advice to give is use your CDMs to defend, never touch your center defenders. Yeah, that doesn't work, guys. And I think it's a nice advice because it will work better from the way you used to be defending, probably. I think that's could be a first
Mm.
step, but it's also really hard to unlearn. There's a couple of disadvantages of that because if you're chasing a player, you can't do anything with that player. Also, auto block, not a thing. Auto tackle, not a thing anymore. So if they just run past your center defender while you're chasing them with your center defense midfielder,
Yeah,
yeah, okay, thank you for the opening, right? If you can switch to your center defender, then step in, make that perfect tackle, which feels awesome in this goal.
yeah,
Not going to be brutally honest about it. Like tackles feel awesome, and you get the ball with center defender. Suddenly, it's like, hey, now my center defender is actually in the position I want him to be. He's free because they just charged in with everything they got, and now it's my time to just make this happen and make this goal. Is that easier? Well, probably not. Is it better? 100%, sir. I'm so very, very, very confident that changing with your CDM is not the way to defend. Can it lead to short-term success? Probably. Is it something from long-term success? I sincerely doubt it because I've beat pros this week that do that. The moment I see they changing with CDM, I just start running forward and skill my way into the box because they can't defend it because the AI sent the defender will not charge me.
Yeah, I guess it's got to be a really perfect timing. It is. I think there's like quadrants where you actually use your CDM. As soon as it passes a certain, say, the last third, that's when you've got to like make a decision. You can't just keep chasing. You got to figure it out because you are in the final third. You've got to try and block the space or try and use engage with the CV, and that's when the engagement needs to happen, and that's when the jockey will assist. If it's slightly better off jockeying, it'll make you more aggressive and more wanting to use your centre backs for the right reason. That's my opinion, at least. That's all. And it just needs a minor buff, or maybe because I've also used two of the three players with Jockey Plus. Jockey is good, but then what you're missing out on those players is the fact that they're not
Yeah.
big enough. They're
No, but
not
that's the
big.
fact that I said. Like, I think we need a little bit more players first with the Jockey Plus. Like,
Yeah,
if I don't know, Saliba also had Jockey Plus, it would probably be the best defender in game and the one everyone
yeah.
would be using. So
I agree.
the
I
thing
agree.
is, nobody's using Pavard as a center defender, right?
People are
And
using Kunde though.
yeah, so there's Koundé, Pavard, and I think
Germa.
Garma,
Yeah,
the Garma. Those are the three that are available currently, but they'll change this week too. And I think once
true.
that changes, I think then I want to see if it's actually still the case.
I think today, while playing the game, one of the things I realized was that this game, with better players, will be significantly better. Significantly better. And I think it's probably a teaser for us. And you're right. I think as we get better and better cards into our teams, the enjoyment of the game is going to ramp up quite a lot. And I think it's something that we can probably look forward to. I think mentally we probably need to try, and I'm thinking of this on the fly, so I think mentally we probably need to make a realistic expectation of the power curve is lowered, so enjoy this confusion right now with the players that you're using, and slowly you start getting better players who can do better things on the pitch. Then you can actually see what this game can do, maybe.
Definitely. Next hot topic I want to discuss talks about power curve. The power curve, the way EA is handling the power curve, is actually super cool.
Agree. I think the power curve angle of the cards being released marginally better. Agree, completely agree, no problem with that. But I think one of the biggest issues is that in order to keep the power curve the way it is right now, they have really reduced the rewards that we can gain by playing or by season pass or by doing SBCs, or there's no way to access any major rewards in game. I think I did the hero SBC, and I don't think if another SBC came out tomorrow, I do have no hope in hell to complete another SBC for another couple of weeks at least. I've been playing rivals for the past 2 weeks. I've played squad battles. I've played everything that's possible. Don't have much left in the club after the hero pack today, so I can't engage in further content. But the only way I can potentially do that is just by jumping onto the store and opening one of the myriad of gazillions packs, and I'm back in it. I'm back in there. I have my club full of fodder. I have the club full of cards that I could use. Yeah, that's the part that I disagree with. But the power curve angle, completely fine. Access to players, it's a bit complicated right now.
Yeah, so I reckon there's lots of players that you can get from playing. Objectives players can lose as well, for example. And I also think that maybe we're looking at it a little bit differently. So the way I've been treating my coins is to toss them into those provision packs.
Oh,
And I've been using
okay.
those provision packs to do upgrades, 77 upgrades, to the hero SPC, stuff like that. And I've been basically, well, not for free because I spent my coins on it, but I'm not able to buy any better player for the coins I currently have. But I did get some cool untradeable cards out of it, including an icon, actually. Of course, lucky,
Yeah.
but still, it did happen. Isaac from one of those upgrade SBCs. Claudia Pina, which I was just like, don't care. But actually, I was wrong. So there's a lot of players which I got. So I bought I bought Virgil van Dijk for my coins. And my next upgrade would be, I don't know, maybe a 1 million coin striker, which I won't be able to afford anytime soon. So I'm going like, I'll spend the coins which I have, not saving up for that strike, which is also, I think, a viable thing to do. But I know with Virgil, he'll be in my team for a long, long while because of the power curve. So why not take a gamble into those upgrades and use those objectives? Like I got Junberg from the hero pack. I was like, oh, that doesn't sound. That is a 120, 140,000 coin player. Would I probably spend those coins on buying him? I don't think so. But actually, now he's in my team. I might have had. So I don't think it's that bad. And it sort of feels cool that, for example, playing Gauntlet, I can get away with using the second round of full Juventus team because my opposition probably doesn't have a killer team in the second round either. Yeah, I don't mind getting 7,000 coins or whatever it was. Nah, I think a little bit more in Div 5 now. 7,000 was Div 6, I think. But a couple of thousand coins from it. I think that's one upgrade pack, 5. No, one. Don't care. I'm not buying players from the money, from the coins anyways. I'm not trading. I think trading could actually be very efficient, but I'll leave it up to you. I quite like how it is now. There's no meta power team available. If Pina is the card that everyone needs to have in their team, sort of needs to have, I think that's debatable, but still, she's 40k max. That doesn't sound too bad, though.
Yeah, that part I get. Yep, she's not. But I think the trouble is if more than more than actually access to the players on the market, it's more about trying to like try out um, cards via like the hero pack is a really good example. If the hero pack comes on randomly like this, where you get one hero pack and nothing on for the next month and a half, 2 months, it's okay. It's okay. They're reducing the way the content's coming out, so people are not really having FOMO to try and go to the store to try and get the cards to complete the hero pack. But talking from how we've had it for the past, I think Wimby Dan had a really good analogy where this is. I'm trying to paraphrase this wonderful analogy that he put in the Discord. It was the fact that just imagine for the last couple of years we had this sports bar. This sports bar had every single game that we want to play. There's got some pool table here. They've got something there. They've got TVs. They're playing different sport. And they've got tap beer on tap. They've got like really good hot wings on the side. They've got all this happening with flashy. It's perfect place. Your friends have a great time. You have a great time every time you go there and just go there. But the problem is every time you go there, you spend like $200 or $300 but you have a great time in just throwing all this money out, and you think you're having a good time, but it's a waste of money, but you have a good time. And suddenly this year, it's almost like it's become one of those bars, and The Simpsons, the bar that
Most bars.
most, it's like that, and we're expected to have that same dopamine hits from the stuff that all the TVs are gone, all the frills are gone, all those other things are gone. So
Yeah, but
that's the
Homer does keep getting back in that bar. Well, the
correct.
last year everyone came in, went once, and like, okay, I'm out of money and I'm out of enjoyment. It doesn't get any better than this. I'm done. I think it's actually perfect analogy for this.
But then in this case, the way it's going right now, my concern is that be a lot of people that come in for the content, that engage with the content, that finally say, you know what, there's nothing that's happening. 6 p.m. on a Tuesday, there's stuff there, but I can't get access to. I can't go and complete this pack. I can't go and complete this pick. I can't go and complete this player. For example, if player of the month Mbappe comes out at the end of this week or next week, no chance in hell. There's no way that I can even consider a card like that. And I shouldn't. It's early on. I completely get that. But even player of the month Pina, if she comes out, there's absolutely no way that I can go and get it. And that's the part that we need to try and find a way to try and bridge that gap is what I'm concerned about.
Yeah, the thing is, I think you don't like last year. Everyone and their grandma had Mbappe in their team because of it, because it was so easy to obtain. This year, I think it will be a rare sight to see him even, and I think that's actually the better way to do because we spoke about FOMO, how it lures you into stores, how it makes you feel bad, how comparison makes you feel. You won't really have that because you face a team that which is good sometimes, but you won't face Mbappe every single match this year for a long while at least. And we've seen Harry Kane being used way more than before. We've seen top strikers being Lewandowski being used more than before so far. We see cards like Pina being used way more than before. I actually quite like the diversity in teams and the fact that there are many mid to high tier cards very obtainable, and those extreme cards are very unobtainable currently. Yeah, is that so bad? I don't think that's really. I don't really mind that. And yeah, the thing is, they put out an icon, like they put out a hero pack, but it did say 86 max. So even if everyone around you did that, their team and you didn't, their team might, it might actually not, but they might actually get a slightly stronger player somewhere. But an 86 hero in your team isn't going to make a difference if you don't have that hero in your team. And I
No,
think that's the difference this year. Last year, you were obliged to do it, else you lose out on the curve. This year, your choice. If you don't, yeah, it's all right. If you
I
mispack
guess.
something, yeah, it's all right. If you do pack something cool, that's actually really cool for you. You won't get an extra win in week league from it either.
Well, I guess that's a utopian way of looking at something like that, and I completely
I
understand.
thought
But
so positive, but hey, cheers.
it is a utopian way. But because I'll tell you an example, like if you have content that's in your face, sure, you probably have the willpower to say, you know what, I'm not going to engage
I
with
can
this.
probably do it. Don't mind me. Like I'm gonna be complete transparent. It's for me, it's business. I
Yeah,
put in
yeah,
money in this game to
yeah.
make content, to skip some beats, to make sure I can go in certain things faster. Right?
True.
I never lied about that. That's still happening. So I can actually do this. But if I get a Freddy or not, it's not gonna break or make my team.
No, but also it's part of a game that you want to experience all the facets of the game as well. Like you don't want to be gate kept. So the only option that I have, like Adam raises a really good point in the chat, which I really want to share, which actually explains my trajectory of this comment, is the fact that they've reduced rewards and packs and all those stuff for iGameplay. But things like the SPC prices that they have for things like the Hero Pack today, they have really they have not changed it exactly what it was last year, and that's the conundrum. That's where the concern is that they're driving us to the store because, as I said, last year at the same point, I wasn't too concerned doing this SBC because I was like, yeah, I can always get the photo back. I can always get it back. Today, when I was putting stuff in, I was like, oh, hang on a minute. This is literally everything that I've had in the club, and I've spent like my early FC points. I've actually spent some money on FC points as well on day one. And even if I'm struggling to actually have stuff in the club, what are people doing RTGs and all those kind of things? How are they managing? And I'm pretty good with club management. I'm pretty good with trading. I know my way around, and that's the part that I think there's a bit of mismatch that is occurring, and that's only 2 weeks in. It could get worse if it's not picked up and changed. Is my only thing.
Yeah, I get it. On the other side, we do have continuous upgrade packs, which we have not had before last year for the first month at all, for example. So I think there are ways to go into that. There are more modes which give out more players and more rewards than ever before, which I can't even catch up with doing them all, honestly. Which says, I think, how many options. Is it driving you to the store? I don't necessarily think so. I think it makes you want to play more to be able to get there. Uh, and I think we have to look at it differently. Like you said, you go into a bar, you get your favorite beer, and next week there's going to be a new beer that's tastes slightly different. Like last year, you had so much choices, plus everyone was having the same beer. You were almost inclined to have that, else you feel you were missing out. I think it's just a different mindset. And I've beaten players with Mbappe on top. I've beaten Ronaldo so far on top. But it doesn't matter because if they can't defend, I'll beat them anyways, right? No matter which team they use. And yeah, so I
Yeah,
don't. It's and like even if I couldn't do the hero pack yesterday, you're missing out of an El Yaber. Woohoo!
yeah,
You know, it
true.
doesn't matter. What doesn't matter? I think this week league will show that difference even more. People will get amazing results and not amazing picks from
Rewards.
it,
Yeah,
rewards from it. Uh, then that means last year when I had to miss a lot of weekend leagues because of events and stuff like that. Right?
yeah.
This year I might actually be able to do more, but maybe I'm not because I missed out tremendously last year by not playing him. But is it so bad that I'm not that if I miss him out this year? I don't know. I mean, it all
Okay.
does stack up. If you do play everything, I think there's plenty enough to get from this game so far from rewards as well. If you do the gauntlets, all the tournaments before, if you play grind out rifles, you go to champs this weekend. I think there is plenty for you to pick up, and you will get lucky somewhere along the way as well, right? Just a simple volume thing. Yeah, you do it plenty enough, you get a good drop anyways, right? But don't compare. And think this year definitely, like Marmouche is one of the most used strikers. Check. There's no
Yeah,
need to
I
feel
agree.
missed out if someone has an Haaland against you.
I agree. You're talking about weekend league. I mean, let me just break it down for the listeners. I mean, there's been some information that's posted on Reddit that I just really want to run through with weekend league rewards. All right, I'll just run you through. This is the estimated total that you can make from weekend league rewards based on each finish. Okay, how many finishes you make. You may get one win for weekend league. You get 2,000 coins. Good enough. Two wins, 4,000 coins is the maximum you can get. Three wins, 5,500 coins for 3 weeks. Okay. Four wins, 17,750 coins. Brilliant. Five wins, 22,750. Six wins, 26K. Seven wins, 28K. Eight wins, 34K. Nine wins, 38K. 10 wins, you get 57K. This is guaranteed rewards. And let's
I,
including the
I,
coins,
I,
include 57K. 11 wins, you get 68.6K. 12 wins, 85.2. From 12 wins, it gets okay. It goes to 104 at 13, 135 at 14, and 161 at 15. So the actual rewards that you're getting for anything under 10K, 10 wins, is very, very minimal. So there could be one or two things. One, it becomes more of a casualish mode where people just go in, get whatever wins, is don't worry about the rewards and just move on and not complain about the rewards. Or it could be like a sweat fest and people start wondering, why am I even playing these on a week to week basis? The weekend
yeah,
league I'm talking about, yeah.
I think that's something we'll have to see. And I think don't think that's necessarily all a bad thing. Let them figure out what works best in this. And I think I do have to put out that EA has been very transparent by please provide us feedback on stuff. There are so many options now to provide feedback to them. And in their trackers, they've been notifying we're working on this, we're looking into this, we've heard you on this fact. Just give feedback if you think it's low enough, but you can't have it all. You can't say I'm burned out by this game by December and have good rewards. I think that's the 2 point. Because even if you don't up the power curve, but you give good rewards, everyone will still run the big top players next week, and we'll see the same teams for the next 12 weeks. So you can't have that either. That's why they have to push the rewards down a bit, because else every team will look exactly the same. Because somehow people don't remember the 17, 18, 19, 20 days where every single team looked exactly the same for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks.
That's true.
And the only way to counter that is not to give everyone the coins to do so.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. I think even in the chat, Grandpa Mac, Chris, who's another host on the show, actually had a really good point. He said, I didn't play weekend league most of last season and it didn't affect my team throughout the year.
And that
Which
was with
is
good rewards.
yeah. So, which is a really good statement. I guess, from my point of view, as long let's ignore the rewards being good or bad or indifferent. It could be whatever. If the game is because last year getting 9, 10 wins, 11 wins is not for everybody. It wasn't as simple as you go and you play 11 wins. It was hard to get 11 wins. If it's that hard to get 11 wins and you walk away with 68K, it's a bit of it's a bit rough. It's a bit rough.
But last year you couldn't do anything with 68K, and this year you can.
True.
You buy most of the 86 rated heroes you can pack with that pack for that same amount of money.
Yeah, you could complete a hero SVC. Yeah, for that money. Yeah.
So,
I guess it's.
I think
like
there's definitely two ways to look at this, and I don't say you're wrong or people are wrong with this, but I also want to put in a little bit of nuance on why this does definitely make sense.
Yeah.
Because else every single team would now have Van Dijk, Koundé, Frimpong. It would all look the same if the coins were there.
To be fair, the kind of teams I'm playing, everyone seems to have one or the other that's good enough, like really good. So either it's back luck or it's a store or it's just being lucky. So people find their way. People will find their way to get at least one.
But that's
many,
better
but
than all 11.
oh
Like
yeah,
used to.
absolutely, absolutely,
Shaq,
absolutely.
I got another
Yeah.
one for you though.
Go on, buddy.
Low driven shots are overpowered.
Ooh. Tell you what, I'm struggling with actually activating the load driven shots. I actually bought Pina to try, and it was a yeah. I know it's almost like my brain goes to time finishing it. I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. Or I do the load driven like I did last year, which is not load driven this year. So I know I need to spend more time banging out load drivens. I haven't been able to successfully get many load drivens this year. So, but every time I've done it, it's been successful. So it's I wouldn't say I wouldn't say it's overpowered. And GPM says and Grandpapa Mac says in the chat, remove them from the game. For listeners, Grandpapa Mac is a load driven shot aficionado. He loves every kind of load driven shot, and he was ecstatic and literally bought he literally went ahead and bought this franchise, this particular game, as soon as he realized that you could do load driven headers. That's the day the penny dropped, and he just went in and put the pre order for this game. So that's how much load
Yeah,
driven
and he's
shots we
using
do.
all the modifiers on the low driven shots as well. So I wouldn't take his word for.
I'm only joking. Grandpapa Mac hates load driven shots, so sorry about that, Chris.
I do think it's strong though. Got to be honest there. I said that before, but it is actually it like if you go on goal and you just double tap, it's really fast. It's really strong, and that's why everyone's using Pina right now. And I'm saying everyone, but like majority of the players, because if you get on the goal, you just double tap and he just slams them in faster than the goalkeeper is actually able to respond. And you just double tap the shooting button. That's it, right? So even a regular low driven shot just kills them.
I think
And I was like, I'm not using Pina. I'm not doing it. I got Isaac on top, so I did buy her yesterday. Got to be honest, played 3 matches with her, scored 17 times, all low driven. So it isn't. This isn't Div 5. I'm now Div 4. I was like, yeah, it. They removed screen time because of the fact it didn't require any skill. This doesn't require much skill either, if I'm quite honest. So yeah, it can be looked at. Let's put it like this.
so. Basically, it's just double tapping. There's no. I think I just go back
You
to the
just hold
timing the
L1 and
shot.
R1, yeah, but that's the power shot.
No, but I'm using the time shots from last year where I'm tapping and then waiting for it a while and then
No, it's
tapping when
like it is just tap tap. Yeah, that's it.
oh, but how do you control the power then?
It doesn't because if you have Pina, it just slams it in anyway because it's so fast.
Okay, I need to get back into doing those damn shots because I should. Yeah, I should.
Yeah. So it's really strong on one-on-ones and with the cards that have the low driven plus. I think the gap is so huge currently that that is too strong. And even though
Something to look into.
I wouldn't say buy Pina because it's trading advice and I think she's probably a little bit inflated price. But for this weekend league, you might actually want to try it.
I'm just logging on to the web
Yeah.
app to try and get Pina back because I sold her yesterday stupidly. How did I not expect a leak to actually pump her price up? So I need to go and buy Pina for this
Yeah,
weekend
before we
league.
actually finish the show and upload it. Shaq,
Tell you, man.
4-2-1-3 is the only suitable formation.
No, I think no. I disagree with that. I think this year there's a whole variety of formations. You can play 4-4-2. You can play 4-1-2-1-2. In fact, I just started playing the 4-1-2-1-2, the wide version as well that Dan Wimby from a foot and review has created that I just randomly stumbled upon today, and it's pretty good fun, really good fun. The 4-1-3-2 works really well. What else? Which there's a whole variety of formations that work really, really well. 4-1-4-1 is a really good one. 4-4-1-1 is a really good one. 4-2-3-1 is a really good one. 4-2-3-1 with the left mid and
White
right mid. The
variant, yeah.
4-2-3-1 wide variant is good as well. Yeah, I think apart from the five backs and three backs, every other formation seems to be viable. There's some people talking about the 4-2-2 as well coming back into. So there's a whole heap of formations.
I'm not going to say more. I totally agree. But it's 95% of the formations I face 4-2-1-3. So
I'll tell you what, it is extremely effective though. It is extremely effective because if you think about it, this game you can if you master those counters really well in this particular game, and you have the right kind of players that on the wings, and a really good central attacking player and a striker, you can go from bang, bing, 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 and go try and score a goal. But it's almost like everything has to work. It's like a Man United system where everyone has to work perfectly, which if you're good enough, it could happen. But if you're Man United, what doesn't happen? So yeah, it doesn't work for people like me, but it works for
It's the
people
better
who've seen
synonym that I could ever think of. Well done. All right, all right, all right. But what about this one? You can't have fullbacks on rolls except for fullback on defend.
If you go to YouTube or X and look at anyone's custom tactics, that's literally the first thing that tell you that your fullbacks need to be on fullback and defend, nothing else. Because there's even this year there's fullback versatile. There's a whole variety of roles, and everyone says there you go. Nate in the chat says versatile, a whole variety of things. But everyone says you've got to stick them on to fullback defense so your players get engaged. That's what happens. And I first started off the game with wingbacks and did attacking wingbacks as well because I had Trent and I was trying different things and I thought that was stupid. I got completely slammed, so I started going to fullback defend, which made the game really stifling. This afternoon I changed my left back to having wingback, and it really has changed the game. It does. It is really interesting that you can actually use your fullbacks for a lot of things as well. So don't stick to what people say on online. Figure it out for yourself. Don't just stick to what people say on YouTube.
I agree. I think it is the safest way because you will have four in a row on one line when you do it like this. When people saying that's the only way to stay engaged, I think that's BS. Because I think it's actually really cool if you keep them versatile. One goes up, the other actually stays back, and they'll drop in the gap. They're really smart about it. But it has the same thing because if you only defend with your CDMs and your fullback is gone, there's space there, right? But if you do defend with your back line, you can actually cover that up. You can actually select your CB cops up. But I see a lot of players use their fullback. So let's say you pass the ball to your left winger. I see a lot of players use their right fullback to try getting the ball from the midfield with the fullback. You don't necessarily have to do that, and there's something you don't ever see happen in real life football. You don't see people charging in to get the ball off you. You see people blocking passing lanes to make sure you can't walk past them. And if you take that approach in mind, you can use basically any rule on a fullback, I reckon. But you have to select them to make sure they don't they don't slam forward necessarily. I think that's the only thing. I love versatile. I also love the fact the inverted fullback is actually sort of working. It feels like it's way more efficient than before. I love the new CDM rules, which you can do now. Yeah, I'm a big fan, and I'm maybe always against the mainstream opinion. So maybe there's that as well, Shaq.
Fair enough. It's completely fair enough. I agree with everything you said, though. Can I,
Oh,
for
sure.
the next one, can I throw in one controversial opinion?
Here it comes.
We need green timing shots back in the game again.
I don't
Again.
think so. Okay, I get you. And I am a big advocate for green time shooting. But there's no way they can tune shooting if green time shooting is back. I think it's fair. Like it adds another modifier on an already strong shot, no matter which shots you do. So if, for example, they double tap now is the low driven shot. They couldn't double tap low driven last year. And so last year we had one type of low driven shot. Because of the removing of the double tap, you now can have four different ways of taking a low driven shot, right? Double tap, but use a modifier double tapping it. If you try any other combination, it will be, impossible to pull off, or you feel like playing Tekken, right? If there's no other way to get green time shooting back in the game without actually needing another thumb, I don't know about you, but I have two, and most of the time they are barely working. So there's that. Also, and that's what I mean with tuning them. Let's say you have shot A, right? And you can also have a modifier on shot A, which means you have L1, R1, or a combination of them. But there's 4 types of shot A, which you have to tune. You can also green time all those 4 shots, all those 4 modifiers, which means if that sort of shot, which we had last year, is too strong, you have to look into all 8 varieties of it to get it perfectly right. Combine that with the fact that every player has different stats and rules and play styles with that could affect that shot as well. We get a game like last year, which is impossible to get right. And there's always going to be a strong shot. You remove green time, although I like the mechanic, gotta be honest there. You removed it, suddenly there's just 4, which you can perfectly tune without having those modifiers on top of it. And that inaccuracy of this could be too good for green time. So I totally get why they done it. I wasn't a fan of them doing it, but I 100% think we will get a better game out of it.
I think that's a very pragmatic statement, and I completely understand where you're coming from, and I think it makes sense. It logically deduced why they did what they did. But the only thing that I am missing is that level of control that green time shots. I'm not talking about the green time shot, the finesse from 30 yards, or the Travellas, green time Travellas from 45 yards. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about more about the shots like at the edge of the box or in the box that you do a green time finesse and your green time shot or whatever it is. That level of control that it gave you with the shooting, it almost felt like you green time a shot, more than likely it's going to go in. And it felt like a satisfying challenge in itself. That's probably been removed this year, where it's kind of again gone back to angles and hoping for the best. It does work, but sometimes if the keeper happens to take a step in the same direction you're shooting, you're toast. You're not going to score, and that's the part that even with precision shooting, I'm finding a little bit. I'm missing the green time, and even I keep doing it.
Then
Even though it
again,
does nothing.
you can't get to double tap correct even. So maybe
I'm just doing green time. I'm still pretending like I have to do green time. So I've been like,
it was a skill to master, and once you master it, it's actually really hard to unlearn. I'm definitely part of that one as well, right? But I don't think it makes sense thinking about it too long anymore.
yeah, true.
It hurt when I saw the news. I did a separate episode about it actually, I think, but I think this could be there are other skills to practice now.
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
my last opinion though, this game is actually made for practice and getting better, and actually there's a huge skill gap currently.
100% agree. 100% agree. I think most of the people complaining about the game are the people that are not good at the game. So that's people like me. Well, yeah, but I do get it. There is a huge skill gap. Look at some of the people. Like I think one streamer that I think who loves the game right now is Nick around the Footmark, and he seems to completely thoroughly enjoy the game. And fair to you, he's a really good player. He's enjoying his time with the game, and he actually believes that there's a skill gap, which I think there is. And fair enough. Yeah, if you're better, you deserve to win. Completely get that.
Right. And because I do also agree on the fact there's a skill gap, I got a little present for everyone listening to the show. To everyone listening to the show. Because if you're a Patreon supporter, again, check it out, patreon.com/food in review. You get credits for being a supporter, and you can redeem those credits for coaching sessions at foodcoaching.com. But foodcoaching.com also sponsors this show. And of course, that we can give away a 15% discount on any coaching session you book. So go to foodcoaching.com, type in the code Food in Review 15, FUT in Review 15, to get a 15% discount on a coaching session of your choice. That runs until October 16th. So it's not limitless. So going to make it count. But there's still a good 2 weeks left, I think, when we record this for that. So FUT in Review 15 for 15% discount for any coaching session of your choice.
That's incredible. I'm looking at the ladder. I think we have a ladder in the Discord that you actually provide the monthly benefits on. I'm waiting for my turn for my benefits to kick in, and it'll be.
You can also redeem it for discounts, by the way. I mean, that's a good thing. You just don't. I got a lot of questions about that actually. So, for example, you're in the lowest tier of the support, you get €1, £1 credit. You can wait until you got the full amount to get a free coaching session. If you don't want to wait, you can redeem the credits for a discount on a coaching session, which is, of course, fine. So,
perfect.
Whenever you step in, there's also a benefit for it. But hey, because there's so many people that we've coached this week, and they all say, well, actually, it does make sort of more sense now when we start playing this game. And it's the start of the game, and I want to get out of that negative mindset that's sort of going around. I don't want the game to change just yet. I want the players to be able to adapt. So that's why we said let's try to help them for this one.
Completely agree. I think getting your fundamentals right now with a brand new game is probably is the best time to actually get the sessions involved and try and do the best you can rather than trying to unlearn some of the bad mistakes that people like me are doing is sending the CDMs back and trying to control. So yeah, definitely recommend
We can
getting
teach
if
them how
you're
to
really
double
serious
tap
about the
and no
game.
driven shoot.
Yeah, I think if you're really serious about getting better at this game, definitely, I would highly, highly recommend. I think John's helped immensely. I mean, the reason I'm even an average player, better than average player. Well, I'm slightly on the cusp of being slightly better than average, but it's just because of some of the information coaching sessions that John's done way back when. That's really changed the way I play the game. And otherwise, I think I wouldn't have been. But my old bones and fingers, I don't think I would have been able to continue playing this game. And I would have just been doing the same old things that I probably did 10 years ago and expecting a different result. So, yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there, Shaq. Thank you for the kind words. And thank you for this show. We have one topic left, but we're going to keep that for a separate show because EA has been sold. And not only EA Sports, but everything EA has been sold. What does that mean for the future of FC? What does it mean for developments? What does it mean for the team? Well, there's so much we can talk about it that will fill up a whole show. So that will be a separate topic, Shaq, which I'll gladly discuss with you sometime soon.
Sounds great.
But for the meanwhile, thank you so much for joining. I hope everyone enjoyed this. The next show, James Toland or Talendo77 will be back and will be back with me this time. Well, I think I'm hosting, but if you liked him hosting, just let us know and we'll swap mics, which is totally fine. And I'll just sit and answer questions, which is also something fun to do. Check. Thanks you once more. See you next time. Good to have you back. Just one thing for us left to do, and that is to
Drop it.
drop it.
Drop it.
F U
T.
F U
T.
F F F U
T.
F U T.
T.
T. Awesome work, man.